Welcome to the Wonder Boldly podcast, hosted by yours truly, Christine. I am going to encourage and motivate you to take action towards your big goals. I'm going to teach you everything I've learned from building a very successful 25-year career, coaching people, and starting my own online business. I am going to give you so many action items you are going to be able to wonder boldly. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wonder Boldly. Today I want to talk about what you're avoiding. Yes, I know you're avoiding things in your business. I do it too. And what happens is we can waste a lot of time and sometimes a lot of money. And in my case, the latter is true, and I'm going to share that story with you. So today, let's talk about your never-ending to-do list. We as business owners have tons of things to do. Whether you have a running to-do list, you put things on your schedule, whatever it is, there is the never-ending things that we have to do for our business, and arguably everything on that list is important and has some urgency to it. So how do we even decide where to start? Are you somebody who just goes down your to-do list with no particular strategy and you just kind of tick things off during the day? Maybe you do have a strategy. Maybe you plan things out. Maybe you know that on Mondays you're going to do administrative tasks. On Thursdays you're going to look into your financials. On Tuesdays you're doing your podcast. On Thursdays you're doing your website. Whatever your strategy is, there are inevitably things that you avoid. I just know this from working with so many business owners and my own personal examples. So I want you to stop and think right now and ask yourself, are you avoiding things on your to-do list? Then ask yourself, why? Why are you avoiding those things? I'm going to give you a real example. For me, it was my website. I'm embarrassed to say that for years, I've had a website that I really wasn't that proud of. I bought into an all-in-one tool years ago, and honestly, for years have paid thousands of dollars for it and never really took advantage of all it had to offer. I kept telling myself it was a good tool. I knew how to use it, and the parts I didn't, I knew I could learn. It allowed me to have something so I could communicate with my audience. And when I had to, I could get in there and produce the necessary output. And other than that, it just sat there costing me money. It was always on my to-do list. Even on my schedule, I would tell myself I'm going to spend time improving my website. Like I said, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but it went on like this for years. When finally I hit a tipping point, I was working with one of my clients and helping her set up her website. At my recommendation, she hired an amazing web designer. I know, ironic. I had this amazingly talented web designer in my world for years and never turned to her for my website. So anyway, as we started working together for my client's website, I started having so much fun. And equally important, I felt so supported. I certainly couldn't do all the amazing work she was doing for my client. And this model had so much goodness in it. I was supporting a fellow small business owner by recommending her for the project. We worked together to bring my client's ideas to reality. When issues came up that I knew weren't in my wheelhouse, I knew she could handle it. And we had so much fun along the way. This was my tipping point to make a change for myself in my business. All of this goodness was available to be tapped into for my website. So I finally decided to hire her to do mine. This felt so good. Supporting a fellow small business owner. Together, we are bringing my ideas for my website to reality. When issues come up, and they do, I literally don't even need to give them a second thought. She handles it, and we are having so much fun. So my answer to the question, was I avoiding it, was a resounding yes. I had years worth of data as proof. My why was I had to admit I desired the support for the things I wasn't sure of. And for this particular item on my never-ending to-do list, I wanted to bring a high energy vibe surrounding its creation. Hiring her, supporting me, and add in doing it alongside her instead of sitting alone in my office, going through it painstakingly, little bits and pieces at a time, just wasn't the vibe that I wanted to create for my website. So let's pull out the main points here so you can consider applying it to your to-do list. Take a look at your list. For each item, is there one that seems to never get the attention it deserves? You know, the one that gets pushed to the next day, the next week, the next month. Ask yourself these questions. Is this something I know how to do? Is this something that I don't enjoy doing? Is this something that once I learn it, I will be in flow and be able to tackle it again next time? What type of vibe do I want to create around this item? Now, I want to give you a warning. Please be careful of the I don't feel like it energy. In most cases, the I don't feel like it is more about doing hard things or boring things. And those are the things that you really want to buckle down and do because they build confidence. And doing those things is so important. So when you're asking yourself these questions, be really honest. Is it just that you don't feel like it? If it's just that you don't feel like it, you know me, I'm going to hold you accountable and say you just got to buckle down and do it. But when you ask yourself these questions, ask yourself the questions on repeat and then take action. And when you do that, more will be revealed to you. For example, maybe you just sit down and do it. Then ask yourself those questions. How did it feel? How did I feel doing it? What was the end result? Are you proud of the end result? Going back to my website example, I did sit down numerous times and honestly, I was never proud of the end result. For me, the most important piece was the vibe I wanted to create around my website. For me, doing it alone created a result that was flat and definitely not high vibe. Now I am so glad I hired someone to help me with it. We're having so much fun and there's such a high vibe around it. I can't wait until it's ready to reveal it to you. But for now, take this real life example and apply it to your business to-do list. If you do this exercise and find you need more high vibe energy infused in your business, I've created just the thing for you. I wish I had this program years ago, as I would have saved myself so much angst and time and unnecessarily so much money. My fast forward 6-week business sprint will excite you, bring so much high vibe energy into your business, and set you on your way to fast forwarding growth in your business. You will come together with other entrepreneurs and learn how to create a high vibe around your products, your services, how to get yourself out there, how to be omnipresent. I'll teach you how to maximize your content. I'll teach you how to create a sustainable practice to increase your visibility. I'll teach you how to stay focused and working on what will move the needle. You will be in community with people doing the work and cheering you on. And additionally, you will have one-on-one calls with me talking specifically about your business. You'll start showing up as the future you know you're meant to be. You will be so supported, and in my high vibe frequency, the only option will be to succeed. If this excites you like it excites me, and you're ready to do the work and dive in, DM me for the details. I cannot wait to welcome you inside this program. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, continue to wonder boldly.